Oh, let me die. Good morning, YouTube reseller mom here. It is Friday, time for live Q&A time, and Tina will be coming right back in just a moment. She's trying to get her camera to work, and she'll be in just a second. I'm trying to get my slideshow because we have slides today for you guys and Q&A and some announcements and all sorts of good stuff. Here she is. Are you ready? I'm adding you. Ready or not, you're added.
Whether or not, here I am.
Good. Well, I'm glad we can see you.
Yes.
So good morning, Tina. How are you doing?
I'm good. Despite my on and off, I'm actually good.
I am trying to wake up here. I slept in a little too late and I'm groggy.
Yeah.
But it's Friday, so
I'm way better than I was last Friday. Last Friday, I was so exhausted. I barely even remember doing our live. I was so out of it. Had my baseball hat on, remember? Because it's like I just rolled out of bed. Yeah.
Good morning, Nate and Elizabeth. How are you guys? How's everybody's September? I think my sales were, I'm trying to think if they were up or down. I don't know. They were down slightly, but that's because I had one thing that I had clearanced out in the month before, so my sales looked high for August, but really it was just a clearance out thing that made them high. But actual numbers are being better for September. What about you?
Yeah, my September was a little bit down from last year so far. But last year, I had a really good item that I think I had over 100 of that I blew through. And so last year I had something, just like that unique item that I couldn't get this year.
Yeah. Good morning, Cole. Good morning, Sherry. We have questions and answers today, this Friday, so I will be bringing up some questions from my channel, and then if you guys have questions, go ahead and bring up questions. Bring them up now, not like when we're getting ready to say goodbye, so that we can get them answered for you. Nate says September is down for him. And then if you are watching this on the replay, you can go ahead and ask a question. We will answer it the next time if you are so inclined, or I could just write an answer too. In fact, I wanted to start off with one this morning. One of the peeps in our groups, they were merchant fulfilling something and the expiration date is like 6 weeks out, and they were wondering if they should contact the customer. And my answer is absolutely they should try. And or like I have a couple of different ways I approach it. One is I will I will message the customer and I will ask them, do you want me to ship this or cancel your order? And if they say cancel, then you can say you're canceling it because they requested it and you don't get the ding for not being in stock. And I do that more so on eBay than on Amazon. And then the other thing that you can do is, if you want to just go over the top with customer service, is you go ahead and you ship it and then you immediately refund it and you message the customer and you say, I totally apologize. I realize this has a short expiration date, so I have refunded you in full. Go ahead and keep the product. If you can't use it, then I'm, go ahead and throw it away, letting you know, etc. And I've done that as well. If you are, like, let's say your account matrix are hurting a little bit, maybe you got a couple negative feedbacks or whatnot, and you just want to get a positive feedback and not take any dings. That'd be my other solution. What about you? You got anything to add?
Not to that. I agree with you. I
was gonna say you can just cancel and take the ding if you want to.
Well, I try not to do that because from time to time I have to truly cancel because I have to cancel. So I want to save those cancellation days for when I really need to.
Yep. We've got a question here about the GTIN issues. We're going to talk about that later. I've got a slide on that. Just going through, seeing if there's any other questions that are in here. There's a couple of comments. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say something eBay related, but go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say a couple comments on flat files. I hate flat files. No phone help. I should have pre-read these, but we will start into yours, and then I will pepper my questions in. We do have a question from Loving It. Any suggestions on how to get ungated in Funko? Probably an Amazon to Amazon would be my guess. Would be the easiest solution. I can look for that one too. Why Tina talks about this stuff. So
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah, 'cause
slides
I was
are
gonna look.
first.
I actually did have a Funko Ungate. Okay, so
Oh, you do?
yeah, but I have to look for it in my phone. So if you're gonna look, then I'll go ahead and go over this. All
Oh,
right, so
I was going to look on Amazon. Do you have another store, or is it just an Amazon?
my VA gave it to me, so I have to look. I don't
Oh,
know because I didn't need it. I'm already ungated.
gotcha. Okay.
So what do you want me to do? Talk about this or look at the Funko?
No, go ahead and talk about this. We'll get back to Funko in a minute.
So I had a friend call me in a panic saying, Amazon is only allowing my inventory at the fulfillment center for 14 days before they remove it. And she was just in a panic thinking that, how is it possible for me to even sell it in 14 days? And so I'm like, calm down, calm down. I'm like, let me read this message. So, don't scan at your emails and assume one thing. What this is starting on October the 14th, your unfulfillable inventory that's at Amazon. This is found in your seller account. This is inventory that was either returned by sellers, damaged, or it was damaged in warehouse. This is inventory that is just unsellable, so they cannot fulfill it. Amazon automatically removes it and sends it to you if you don't put in a removal order. And normally they would do that every 30 days. Now they're going to start doing it in 14 days. It's going to sit there for a shorter time. So just read these messages before you panic.
Well, while you've been doing that, I have somebody that is commenting on a WhatsApp with my icon, my avatar, trying to get people to contact them. So just letting you guys know, like, I will never contact you. I don't care. I mean, unless if you reach out to me, I'm not going to go stalk people. So please know that I would
happening to you on WhatsApp?
Yeah, it looks like they have a WhatsApp contact, and it says contact me directly, and I'm sitting here reporting them because I don't know
Wow.
them, and they took my avatar from my YouTube channel. Oh, gotta love the spammers. All right, we did have some people comment that when they are packaging things, they do not cover up the UPC code if they're putting it in a poly bag, and I just wanted to say that sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on how easily scanned it is, but they're saying that it's not getting scanned at the warehouse anymore, even if it's like if you put it in a bag and it's still kind of showing through. What do you think on that? Have you heard anything?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was trying to look at the Funko Ungate. I'm going to put my phone away and not look at that stuff and only focus on this.
Tiffany says EE distribution for Funko ungating. Yes,
Yeah,
that is a good one. So the question, what was the question? Oh my gosh. Showing UPC codes through poly bags. If they were really predominant, I cover them up. If they're not predominant, then I let them go. What have you heard
Well,
anything?
in the beginning, when I was first selling on Amazon, I knew that we were supposed to cover them up. So I would go the extra mile to, if they were showing through the bag, to put my FNSKU label at least, kind of approximately over that area. I used to cover them up with I put my FNSKU on the actual back of the package, covering it up. Now, after years of selling, I don't care if they show through the poly bag or not. I just put my sticker on it. If UPC show, don't show. I've never had an issue with doing that. I feel like the longer I sell, the more I realize that some of these things don't matter as much as we once thought they did. And I want to get my stuff prepped and packed and out quicker.
Yeah. Yeah. I have laxed up, and what I'll do is I'll follow the rules exactly to a T, and then maybe relax up a bit and see if I'm getting any comments, questions, if I'm getting a bunch of negativity about it, whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Somebody said they bought a shipping label through Amazon, saw the price, decided to cancel on the shipping label, and it's now pending. Yeah, it pends for a while. It takes forever to get reimbursed for a
It
label.
does. It takes up to 30 days to get that money back.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's just very long. All right, we've got Cole here asking, for meltable items like chocolate, is it normal for the price to tank after October 15th? Yeah.
Yeah, it can. It just depends what your listing is, if it's a flooded listing or not.
All right. And then we've got Liz says, I have received this email from Amazon this morning regarding all inventory over 14 days will be removed. Does this mean?
Yeah, that's what I just explained.
Okay. But she's asking, does this mean my inventory from a month or from 4 months ago?
This is for your unfulfillable inventory. This is not for your regular inventory. If you go reread that email.
Thank you all for the Funko information. And then Sherry says, I spend a time covering barcodes. It would be nice to stop that extra
Yeah,
process.
it's true. And it's just like, I was so diligent about that because we were supposed to do that. And then there were times that I kind of let it slip on accident, and I was paranoid, like, oh my God, I don't think I had it covered. And you just, over the years, and you realize, these employees that work at Amazon, they know not to scan the barcode. They know that they're scanning that sticker. Now, do I make an effort when I can? Absolutely. If it's a bundle, I'll back to back the thing so the UPCs are, on the inside. So I make an effort where I need to. But no, I don't go crazy with it now. I mean, some boxes have UPC codes on a few sides. It's not in just one spot. And I'm not going to sticker that much. It's just not going to happen.
Yes. And my thing is like, okay, yeah, the people know, but if you're running it through machines, the machines don't know. They're
Well,
just looking
true.
for codes.
And well, then I can't say I've ever heard of people having issues or warning from Amazons that their UPCs weren't covered. I suppose if they, drop the hammer on that, then I'll go back to being, diligent about covering them. But for years now, I have not concerned myself with that.
And you've done it for years and have not had any negative.
Never, not once.
Yeah.
No.
If you start getting like, missing inventory or wrong inventory or whatever would cause problems, then, or getting charged, because what they'll do is that if they need to, they'll label it themselves. If your item loses a label, somebody will come by and charge you 20 cents to label it again.
Yeah. And I've always had some missing inventory. I think everybody does. Whether it's because my sticker wasn't exactly over that UPC code on the outside of the poly bag, I can't say.
Yeah. We've got a question here in the audience that is from Cole. Do you have any advice on getting hazmat approval? If it's not open, it's not open. There's no way to get better.
Yeah, you have to take that quiz. And I don't know if anybody can take it, or if you have to be invited to do that for shipping in hazmat items and being approved. I don't recall, but I know you have to take that test on Amazon.
Yeah. Just a second. I'm bringing up something really quick here. I got to blank out some stuff. Nobody needs to know my account information. Let me see here if I'm good there. This was brought to our attention that I thought was really good in one of the groups. There is, let me just make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. Add to stream. I took a screenshot really quick. If you go up here to settings, account settings, and then it was, hold on, I gotta do it again. Settings, account setting, deposit methods, you will get right here, and see how it has standard payout 3 to 5 business. Mm-hmm. There is an express payout option, but you have to have an eligible bank. My bank is not eligible, but there you go. If you want to get you should check this to see if you can get express payouts, especially during Q4, man. Get payouts a little bit faster. Nate confirms you have to get an invite for hazmat. And Jen's been on the wait list for 9 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had it for so long. I didn't remember. I just remember I had to take the test.
Yeah. I remember it being an invite back in the day, but now it looks like they're on a wait list.
I see. So we've talked before about getting lending and Amazon loans and different, there's so many loan options available out there. And so this is a lending program for urban and rural small businesses through Amazon. But the company that is doing it is this Lendistry here. And if you live in an urban and rural small business area that is economically distressed type of communities here, you could likely qualify for this program. So if you are someone looking for loans and feel like you might meet these requirements, check it out.
Definitely.
And yeah, I say that this is benefits and curses for those with and without brand registry. Now, if you have brand registry, I think it's great. And I think we all should eventually get it for so many reasons. One of the reasons is, as you know, with these listings that we're all getting flagged for on these GTIN listings that were created by either yourself or other sellers, like they've used the brand generic when they've created bundles, and they have GTIN exemption for generic because this is what Amazon in Amazon's back end they tell you to do. And so now a lot of us are having these listings closed down. And now with brand, oops, I lost that, but there you're showing about listings that were taken down.
Yeah, I had the slide too. We were on the same page with that one.
Okay.
But
So when you do have brand registry, it does make it a lot easier for you to make these bundles without this happening. And one of the other things is, I can't see the screen now or that slide now, but if you are someone who's brand registered, Amazon lets you, oh, here we go. They let you look at these potential violations for people who are on your listing. So that's good for you if it's your brand, because you can file infringements and do all the things that us sellers who maybe are on that listing hate, because it gets us knocked off that listing because these people flag us and we get these IP claims in our account. So that's good for the person with the brand registry, but it's bad for us sellers. And let's face it, this is happening more and more all the time. I personally got on a listing, and I've told this story before, where their main image was a bundle of items you could get from the Dollar Tree. They did not own this brand. What they had was a branded box with their store name on it. And they did not have that in their main image, and I missed it. It was in the last image of that listing. And the thing is that this person who is brand registered as that brand, they refuse to remove that IP off my account. And it's like, and as a fellow seller, I said to them, I appreciate what you're doing. Without that image in your main image, it was really an oversight. I miss seeing it in your last picture that you have branded your box. I promise I'm not going to sell on this listing again. Obviously I have deleted it out of my account. This seller refused to acknowledge me. And it's like, there are jerk sellers out there, and they really are jerks, because if this was my brand, I would understand that, like, hey, I get it. Don't sell on my listings again. If you do, then maybe, I'll file that claim and not take it off. Call it like a 3 strikes you're out type of thing. So, and that's where it's bad then for us when we've accidentally jumped on somebody else's listing. But moving forward, if you aren't brand registered and think you want to be making bundles and protecting yourself moving forward, Q4, when you get your big paychecks, might be the time to consider getting brand registered and creating your own brand.
So I'm going to jump on this and kind of go a little bit more into the GTIN history and what's going on there. I have now gotten 2 rounds of emails about GTIN removals for products that have been flagged that did not have proper GTINs when they were listed. And I want to kind of do a bit of a history lesson here. It's going to be quick. Back in the day, you used to be able to list products kind of without them, or be approved to list without them on major brands fairly easy. We're talking like Kleenex, Kellogg's, whatever, different toys and whatnot. And so people would purposely get approval to list brands and then list them without a UPC code so that those of us who are scanning or using VAs for tactical arbitrage would not find those listings when we were scanning. You'd be at the store, you'd scan a box of Kleenex, and it would show there's none in Amazon. Well, that's because they've listed it without the UPC code. The other part to this is, let's say you want to sell 2 boxes of Kleenex. So you've got your Kleenex, has a UPC code on it, and you want to sell a 2-pack. Well, there wasn't a good way to list that 2-pack and use the UPC code if that UPC code was already used. So say somebody used it already for a 4-pack, it's tied to that 4-pack. You can't untie it to that 4-pack. So now you want to do a 2-pack, you can't use that UPC code, so it would be filed without one. It would be filed under G10 exemption. Then the third part to this is there would be people that would go to, say, the Dollar Tree or some, maybe an international market or somewhere where it would have UPCs that had a high probability of not being on Amazon. And they would literally take pictures and log the UPCs. They'd go down an aisle and just take the pictures of them. And any that were not currently on Amazon, they would use it for their product. And that's why when you're scanning, sometimes you'll scan a box of tissues and it's like fish tank accessory. And you're like, what? What is going on with that? That is the history on the G10s. Now, what has happened going forward is Amazon wants to tidy this up and create a solution. If you want to sell 1 box of tissues, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, that's all tied to the proper UPC code, and clean up some of these shenanigans going on with the UPCs. And they are teaming up with the GS1 database. When you're listing there, when you enter in that UPC code, it is now going over to the GS1 site and pulling the information on who that UPC is tied to company-wise. So if I list Kleenex, I don't even know if it is Kleenex. If I list Kleenex under this UPC code and the brand shows up as, Kellogg's cereal, it's going to get denied. It's going to say it doesn't match in the GS1 system. You can go look up in the GS1 system and see what the brand name is, because sometimes there's like a parent company. I know My Little Pony is under Hasbro. There's different parent companies. So maybe it was filed under the sub company or a DBA or whatnot, and figure out what brand that UPC is tied to so that you get the listing correct and get it pushed through that way. But I talked to somebody in seller support on the brand catalog this last week, and she said that for multi-packs and everything and bundles, because one of them I have Bath and Body Works, and say you take a gel plus a lotion, they each have UPC codes. It used to be you get GTIN exempt for Bath and Body Works, then you can list the gel and the lotion and the fragrance all together as a bundle, and it's all Bath and Body Works. It should be under Bath and Body Works. She said that they are now wanting and going the way of, if you want to do that, fine, but you have to go buy a GS1 barcode. And I said, there's no way I could buy a GS1 barcode under the brand Bath and Body Works, because I'm not Bath and Body Works, obviously. So this is going to be a TBD, to be continued topic, but that is what they're doing with the catalog right now. And that's why there is so many shenanigans going on. And this is my screenshot. I have 8 SKUs right now that are flagged, and one of them is Kleenex. I'll be honest here. One of them is a Kleenex product or some sort of paper. I can't remember if it's Kleenex now, but anyhow, you're getting this. And to find this, you go inventory. I go inventory, manage inventory, fix your products, at-risk listings, invalid information 8. I have tried every which way to get a UPC code added to ones that could have a UPC code. I have opened up a case. If they're my listing, I have tried editing. I have called, and there is no way, even though it says you need to get a proper UPC code tied to this, there's no way to do it. The solution is these listings will be taken down, and then they need to be listed properly. Whether you do it, I do it, somebody does it, it has to be done, relisted properly. And the solution, if you have products, sell out, recall. There's not a whole lot of other solutions there, according to all the steps that I've taken. And this has literally been a thorn in my side for at least 2 weeks, if not 3. Do you have any products? I assume you do.
I do. I'm now down to 6 because some of them I've just deleted. They're items that I
Yeah.
just were still in my inventory and set in the closed listings. The few that I have left on there, there's a couple that are in stock, so I'm just waiting to sell them and I'll delete them because I don't care. And then I have 3 of them in there that I do care about. I did not create them, but they are holiday bundles that sell like hotcakes. And I've saved them in there. Just because I've put off doing it because I want to take screenshots of the images, the bullet points, and all the good stuff, because I am going to attempt to recreate those listings and see if I can get them to stick or even just stick through this holiday season.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be redoing whatever I can if it's applicable. The thing is that the one Kleenex item I have, it sells thousands a month. I mean, it's a replen that I'm constantly in and out of. It sells thousands a month. It will be remade. Whether it's remade by me or remade by somebody else, it will get remade because the
There's going
product's
to
in
be
demand.
thousands upon thousands of listings just wiped from the Amazon catalog. And, it is getting tighter and stricter, which in some ways is bad and in some ways is good. And certainly if get a brand on Amazon yourself, and I'm hoping that this does not change things because like the story that I told you about already of that person that makes lots of bundled brands and it's under their brand name, there's still that gray area in Amazon where they are allowing us to do this. Are they going to put the hammer down on this? And what I mean by that is like this particular store, and there's lots of them. There's lots and lots of these stores. They have branded items that they're making bundles out of. Let's say it's a box of hot chocolate with some, or let's say it's a box of tea with a honey that is with it. And it's 2 branded things together. And they're throwing in now a box with their branded name on it or something else. You're still able to make bundles with branded inventory under your brand name, even though those items in the bundle are not your brand. So that has been allowed. Is Amazon going to come down on these kind of listings now too, even if you're brand registered? I'm curious. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, like I said, they are in the process of doing this because of the issues that I listed before. And I think overall, it is something that needs to be addressed and needs to get fixed. And I understand from a customer shopping point that if I want to go look at Kleenex tissues, I want to be able to easily see the single, the double, the 4-pack, and make a buying decision off of my wants and needs and not see like a gajillion different weird one-off bundles and this and that and 2-packs, 6 different 2-packs to choose from.
Like a glove, like some weird bundle. Yeah.
So I get it. I'm definitely there. We're going to answer some questions really quick. Loving It says, I have a brand name product that is profitable on eBay, not listed on Amazon. Do you create listings on Amazon? We create listings on Amazon all the time.
Yeah, I do. I just did one yesterday. I did, I think, 5 the day before. Yes, I create listings all the time.
Now my product has been deactivated and ready for removal. Okay. I set up my automated removals to just come back to me. So
Same.
I don't really pay much attention to it. If it's been pegged for removal, it just goes and the system takes care of it. Because I really don't want to focus my time on the I'll call it the pond scum, the scum that's got problems. I want to focus on the better selling and the more profitable items and spend my time on that. Ellie says, how much does it cost to get brand registered? I'm holding my breath for your bundle course, but I am afraid it might be delayed with all these changes. Yes and no. Major breakthrough. Yes. Major breakthrough yesterday. I have had now somebody confirm and finalize the steps to get, it's not brand registered, but it's a brand approval. That's without getting the trademark and zero cost, next to nothing. Stuff that you can do with around the office. We'll say less than $5.
Yeah.
So It is now back into the motion. We also had Tina's computer go just, she needed a new computer.
Yes, and I'm on my new computer, which is why my background is
Yes.
different because my other computer was giving me issues. I'm in my cricket room here, so
Yes. So basically all of these problems for the last 3 weeks have caused us to really dive in to finalize how to get brand approval, the process for that, steps that will guarantee that your brand will go through if you follow XYZ steps. And yeah, we had more than, we had several options for you, and we had, some kickback with that, and then all these GTIN things happening. So
yeah. And as far
um,
as getting brand registered, actual brand registered, when I did mine, and cost can vary depending on what lawyer you use, all the things you do. And when I did mine altogether, it was around $750.
okay.
So, and that's by being, a brand approved brand registry to do the things that, we were talking about earlier with my screenshot.
And I will be walking through and taking screenshots doing that, because I am going to do the trademark thing that's on my list. I was going to try and do it this week, and it's, it's been one of those months where you just have so much to do. And I need to watch a few videos to make sure that I get it done on the right steps and all of that, and get the right screenshots
Yeah, Lucy
for
and
you
I are
guys.
really big on do it yourself. We're big on the DIY. One, you can, and it always is so much more cost effective. However, that is not to say that just paying the bigger dollar and not having to have the mental headache of doing it isn't okay too. It just, do you want to do it on a budget and have to go through the steps yourself and take your time and have the mental headache? Or do you pay a little more out of pocket and hire the professional to do it for you so you don't have to think about it?
Yeah,
Either way
yeah.
is
If you've got $1,000 to blow on brand registry, go over to Fiverr and pay somebody, and they'll do it for you. They will do all
yes.
this for you. My take on it is, I really want to do it for under $300 and file it myself and walk through the process of doing that. But I have a strong background in reading patents, patent approval, you know, just that nitty gritty paperwork of things, and I like doing things myself. I'm one of those people that will do something and figure it out myself. And if I like doing it, I will do it more. If I don't like doing it, then I've learned it. I've done it once, and now I will pay somebody going forward. Like, I make soap. I make cold press soap by myself, and love the chemistry of that because I have chemistry background, etc. It's not for everybody. If you love making soap, do soap. But with this trademark and whatnot, I definitely will be doing it and walking through and then doing the screenshots, which always makes it take long too. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had a lot of life. My son went to college. I started college. I am taking an accounting course, which is fun and exciting. And then I had my plumbing go out at work here. Tina's computer went out. We started the BOLO group, and I need to have a chunk of time to dedicate towards trademark learning and going through that process. I can't just do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and I have not had that chunk of time yet, because every time I turn around, there's something that I'll share this story. My driver, this is a drama story. I don't have much drama at work, but I had a driver from one of the carriers that frequently gives me pallets show up in a big truck, and my complex can't take trucks over 42 feet in length, and his was well over 42 feet. And him and my property management almost went to fisticuffs. She went full out on him, reaming him. I had to call and talk to the terminal manager. She was like, if he damages anything, it's your fault. And it was just drama right in the middle of, I was hiring a new girl, and she was showing up for the interview. So literally outside my door, my new person that's coming in for an interview is coming in. The driver is getting out to go deliver, and my property manager is coming in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do not need this kind of stress in my life. But that was one of my days this week. Jen says, will most of this damage be done by mid-October? So the listings after the 15th should be okay. That would be my assumption. And what I typically see Amazon do is they put out a whole bunch of whatever compliance issues they're trying to do, and they try to wrap it up by mid-October because they don't want to screw up their Q4. And then you'll see them take a rest because they've got bigger fish to fry with all of the fulfillment issues. And then you'll see it pop back in and up after, I don't know, I'll say December 25th, just around that time, because they can't kill a third of their freaking catalog right in the middle of Q4. That's ridiculous. So yes, if the listing is still up after the 15th, I would say it's okay for Q4 shopping. Can you go over again? If I sell a bundle listing of brand name products and someone has a branded box, I am not allowed to sell on it. Okay.
That's correct.
If I take this Kleenex and I apply for GTIN exemption for Kleenex and I get approval, that means that I can list a 3-pack of Kleenex under GTIN exemption. And maybe I want to do 3 different kinds of Kleenex boxes or whatever, but they're all Kleenex and they're going to go under the brand Kleenex and not have a GTIN because I'm GTIN exempt for Kleenex. I am GTIN exempt for several brands like that and can make a bundle under Kleenex. Now, let's say that I want to have Lucy's tissue packs, and under Lucy's tissue packs, I put 3 boxes of Kleenex under Lucy's tissues packs, but they're clearly Kleenex in the picture. That is where you cannot jump on there, because then I can issue you an IP issue and say you jumped on my listing. And you're like, but wait, it's all 3 Kleenexes from Target. What are you talking about? Well, doesn't matter. That's how it is right now. Is it right? No, it's not right. But is that how it is? That's how it is. Now, let's say I want to take Lucy's Kleenex and sell it with a can of Campbell's chicken soup and a blanket for a get well type of bundle. It now has 3 items in it. Only one is Kleenex, and it's under Lucy's. It's still under Lucy's because you can't do it under Kleenex because it's not all 3, it's not a Kleenex predominant listing. You've got to watch out for those too, because sometimes you can find different bundles that you're like, oh, they bought 3 Dollar Tree items, or they bought 3 items that are clearly at Target, but it's all under their brand name. So look at the brand name when you are thinking about jumping on a listing. If it says generic, you're fine. If it says the brand name that you're doing, it's usually fine, as long as the brand isn't issuing out IP.
Yeah, I found a listing, because this is a store that's known for doing this. The name of the store.
Do you want to share?
How do I do that? Just hit the share button down here.
Yeah.
Share screen.
Yeah. And then you got to select the screen.
All right. Can you see
there
it?
You go. Yeah.
Okay. So
I
like
can't
this
see it because my eyes are crap, but.
Well, yeah, because I'm actually on this Amazon page. So this is a company, this Bay Area marketplace. I just pulled up this listing because I know this store. See, like here's a good example. Here's their main image. This is coffee you can find. I think this is even at Dollar Tree too,
Yep,
and Walmart, everywhere, right? But look, they have this. So if you were to jump on this listing, this person.
Back up. Where is it?
What can you not see?
What's their special item? What did you?
There's no special item. It's their box.
Yeah.
But this is their main image. So if you were scrolling through Amazon and weren't paying attention, you're going to miss this. And this seller is a seller that is known for, and this is why I say Amazon allows this, all their main images, you don't see their box or their branding. And many of these bundles that they have include, I don't know that this is all their listings if I'm in their exact store, but I know that they sell a lot of this stuff. Like I'm going to see if this is them. Yeah, because we're all in Bay Area marketplace. See, if you were going through Amazon, you would have just seen this Sunsweet juice. But see, that second image is their box. And this is a seller that is known for giving you those IP complaints and not retracting them.
Yeah, because they don't want the competition.
Yeah.
And I get it, but Tina and I are nice people. Some are not so nice. They're jerks, right. And their take on it is, if you're stupid enough to get on here and not check for my box, then I'm not going to take it off because you dug your own grave with that one.
Yeah.
And they have a point. And they're allowed to do that. That's fine. They are allowed. Don't get mad at them because they're playing by the rules and you messed up. But at the same hand, like, if
Be kind to your fellow sellers, because most
yeah.
of us who jump on someone's listings like that, it was an accident,
Mm-hmm.
and I have jumped on people's listings like that on accident. I mean, obviously, I'm not looking for trouble, so I'm not trying to jump on an existing bundle listing and get IP complaints. I think most of us Amazon sellers do not want that. And I have, thank God I don't do it often, but over the many years I've been selling on Amazon, it has happened to me.
Yeah.
And more often than not, they're like, we're not really trying to, harm Amazon sellers. We're just trying to protect our, most of the sellers have been really nice. And I've had no problems removing my inventory, closing the listing, because I don't want the problems. And it was an honest mistake. But I have ran into 2 different sellers who were really just jerks about it. It was an honest mistake. I
Mm-hmm.
explained to them it was an honest mistake, and they did not care. They did not care. And that IP complaint, I could not get it off my account. And I had to wait the 6 months for it to drop off.
It happens. It happens. Sherry brought up Ned's whatever. Um, and that they will file IP complaints. I think they will. I've not poked that bear, but I'm not going to. But that
I've
they do
heard
the same thing. That's another one. Stay away from them. And they do not put their sticker or whatever they're doing in the main image. And I really like how they do images, so I've just started when I go, they have really good listings. Like I will follow them and see how they do their listings and then mimic their pictures and their bullets and stuff because they're getting pretty good traffic on their bundles. When you find people that do good bundles, like I stalk them. I'm a stalker at night. I'll see what they do, what's working for them, what's their images, what's going on.
Peeping Lucy.
I do. I stalk Tina too. No, I don't stalk.
She does. She does.
We talk too much to be stalking. Ladies, when you create listings on Amazon, do you use the store pictures or take your own? Most of the time I use store, but like I got in trouble with that with Bath and Body Works for copyright things. Depends. If you have permission and or it's a pretty, say it's at the grocery store, like that coffee pack, and the grocery store has that image, it's probably okay to use because it's already out there and it's been issued for marketing and commercial use. I would be okay using that. Is that the legal answer? No. The legal answer is you should always take your own pictures. But the reality is if it's a pretty widely known and widely used commercial type of picture, they're probably not going to say anything. And honestly, if I were that brand, I'd want them showing off my good coffee, my good pictures to get more sales and push more products and not some janky photo. As a brand owner, that's how I would feel about it. But yeah, if you piss them off, they can come after you after copyright claims. Ask me how I know. For the person that was asking about Funko Pops, here you go. Here is a what do you call it? A to Z, AZ to AZ one. I'll just put the ASIN in here if you're looking to get ungated for Funko Pops. You can get 10 Amazon sold by Amazon. You would have to go over to your Amazon business account. So you take that ASIN. First up, you take the ASIN and you go make sure that this is the one that you need to get ungated with. Go to add a product, add that ASIN, make sure it has that apply button, and it's got the need for the invoice with 10 and etc. Make sure it's the right one. Then you go to your Amazon business account and you purchase 10 and then you submit your paperwork for that. So there we go. Not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to go back to our things and I'm going to put our faces right there. There we go.
And this is another benefit if you have a brand on Amazon, is they're launching a free email marketing. And you like how I spelled capabilities? There is, okay, where the T is, I thought it was an I. I thought I put 3 I's in a row. Sorry, my glasses need to be stronger, apparently.
I can't tell you if it's right or wrong.
The Amazon launches free email marketing capabilities for sellers. So that's huge for you to be able to email market on Amazon's platform. And so what it is allowing you to do is what you can read down below is brand owners can now view search query performance data for your specific ASINs within the brand catalog using a search query performance dashboard. And this is areas of Amazon that regular sellers cannot access. This is only parts of Amazon's back end that brand registered sellers can access. And so in this search query performance dashboard, you can find out what queries led customers to my product. And that can really, really help with your ad campaigns and your marketing. So it can, this is just a huge thing to be able to use in Amazon when you are a registered brand.
That is really good. Good Life, One Good Life says, is there a way to find your favorites in the seller app in Seller Central? Like your favorites of what? I don't know what.
I'm guessing they mean, like, you know, when you scan something, when you're outsourcing, you can click the little star and you can favorite it. And if you go into your search history in your Amazon seller app, oh, really? I don't think so. One Good Life. I do not think that you can.
Yeah, it's under favorites. I have none. Go to add a product and then it's favorites. I have favorites. I didn't know
you have favorites, but you're looking in your seller app, right? Or are you looking online? Yeah, they're wondering that. So your thing that are your favorites here, can you access that when you're online in your seller account? Does that make sense? What I'm
I don't know.
And I don't think that you can. I have never found it.
I've never seen that button either. I see it on the history on the seller app, but I have never seen it on the, and I live in there. So interesting. Okay. We're going to talk next. This has been all over the boards, You now have an account health rating. I'm trying to get this one off my screen. That's on my project to do today, which is just, it's a BS one. Oh my God. It's a BS one. The overview, and I'll be doing a video if I get it fixed, but the overview is I was off my Bath and Body Works thing and somebody went in there and added antibacterial and that flagged the system. Oh my God. I'm now selling crud that is antibacterial. It's freaking soap, people. It's antibacterial, but anyhow. And so now that's flagged. I'm not allowed to sell that. And it's now flagged as a dietary supplement in OTC. And I'm like, oh my God, this is
your score is better than mine. I think I'm like 450 or something.
Well, from what I can tell, and I've read, oh my gosh, so many Facebook posts about this. If you are a brand new seller, you start out at 200. If you go below 200, the 199 and below, you go into the yellow. And if you go below 100-esque, I don't remember if it's 99 or 101, then you go into the red and you will be deactivated within like 14 days or something like that if you don't get things fixed.
Wow.
Now, I've been selling for 7 years. My board typically looks kind of like this. This is one pricing error, and it's one that I instigated, so it's mine. And then this is that one that I just described. And my score before this was still 512, and it's still 512. So I'm going, okay, I've been selling for 7 years. I do about, the last couple of years, 300 to 500,000 a year in sales. How would I even get it? Why am I not closer to 1,000 than what I am? I get it if you're just starting out, but there seems to be no rhyme or reason on a point scale and how much things affect those points from what I can tell.
Yeah, and I used to let this stuff stress me out, and I don't anymore. I just don't. If I was in the red, I sure would. I mean, let me dial that back. But if it's a score of this 512 out of 1,000, as long as I see green there and the word healthy up there, I'm moving along with my life. I'm not going to lose sleep over this.
Yeah, and there's nothing I can do. I mean, other than just not mess up.
Yeah.
Ellie asks, what's the difference between brand registry can do versus trademark? Okay, I think here's the confusion, and I get it. Brand approval means that you are just starting out. You have a brand. You are not a registered trademark. etc. You are just starting out. So if I was starting today, I'd say, this is Lucy's. What do we got? I'm doing my tissues because you make fun of my lotion.
I'm
But
tired of lotion. I need a new product. I'm happy about the Kleenex today. If anyone
so I would
else is
say,
tired of the lotion, give me a thumbs up. If you don't care, then just be quiet.
so I'm just starting out. I've made my Kleenex boxes. I am Lucy's Tissues. I'm in the process of building my business. I have not registered my brand yet. Brand registry, you have to have a registered trademark application, which you get it, and it's called a serial number. So that means I have gone to the USPTO site. I have registered Lucy's Tissues. I've started that process. I have paid money. It's usually like $200, $250, something like that, to start the registration process for Lucy's Tissue Company. And now I can take that registration number, that serial number, and go to Amazon and do the brand registry. Once you have that started, you go through the registration process on Amazon, and then you will have access to those other things. So I hope that clears it up. Let me know if that was confusing, because it can be confusing. It's definitely, the difference between brand approval and brand registry. It sounds like it should be about the same thing, but approval is just when you're starting out. You haven't put your money where your mouth is yet on things. So I went through and screenshotted some Amazon emails that have been coming through, and my God, do they like to send you emails. It's like every 5 minutes is like, let me send you an email. It's usually garbage. It's like junk mail, but it's not. Every once in a while, you have to kind of dig through these and find the gold nuggets. Recommendations to help your ad performance. I looked at this one last night. They actually had some okay, suggestions on photos and how I could improve my traffic to some items with some better photography. Other than that, I was like, meh. And some of my photos, I'm like, I thought they were good, and you're telling me it's bad. So I felt very sad. We've got this one right here. If you are selling
every week.
Huh?
I get this email every single week, even though I no longer have any OTC drugs listed in my account.
Yeah, I think I got this one 4 times maybe. I don't know, when I was looking for the last couple of weeks on what's been going on. Anyhow, Canada is getting pissy about OTC things because they're not in French. They don't have the right stuff. So if you have OTC things, like let's say you're selling Advil on the American site, just go in and delete it from your Canadian site. I don't know if most of us are in the NARF program. This one, shoes. This one was interesting. This one was pay attention. This is one of those gold nugget things that you got to root out. To allow us footwear products more effectively and make them available, it's always to make us do better. Whatever, Amazon. We need you to identify the package type for footwear, meaning is it in a supplier, a rugged, a retail box, a sealed bag, etc. And so I have not played with this. I've not seen, because it's not yet effective at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, let's say you sell slides and you put the slides in a plastic bag, you're going to have to notate that. Or if you take a pair of Nike shoes that's in a box and you put that box into a bag, you're going to have to notate that and let them know. And I have no idea why. Do you know what's going on? Do you know any drama behind the story? I know a lot of people have had shoes go missing.
Yeah.
I think there's an illegal Nike
shoe. Yeah, there's been a big shoe thing. Like everybody knows my story who watches us regularly that Amazon, usually Amazon, we have our third-party companies that will help fight, like the missing items here and there in our boxes checked into the warehouse. You'll have shipped in 50 things and 1 or 2 are missing. Open up a case, submit your receipt, you get reimbursed. Well, I had an entire case pack of an item that Amazon said they never received, even though I gave my invoice that I purchased it. I was able to give them the proof of the bill of landing that they received it at the warehouse. I fought it for months. I lost. So I lost all of my money for this case pack of 30 items of the same thing. And, but I have seen in most of the Facebook groups for people who are, Amazon is doing this for, not refunding you on it. It's cases are shipments of shoes, whether it's case packed or mixed shoes. So there seems to be some kind of shoe scam going on at Amazon's warehouses. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with the shoes.
I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat and say that there's an underground
Shoe theft thing going on,
shoe
right?
theft ring going on at, what is it? It's the one that starts with an I.
Indiana or something.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
IND.
Because it does seem to be at that specific warehouse. So it does make me wonder if it's something inside, because there's such a hot market of reselling shoes, especially brands like Nike or Adidas or anything that Yeezy puts out. And then they have StockX where people sell these shoes. So either rethink selling shoes, or if your shipment wants to go to that particular warehouse, decline that shipment and try to get it to go somewhere else, or merchant fulfill them. I don't know, but something is going on with shoes.
Something is funky. We had at one of the places I used to work, and this was a drama that one of the employees told me about, was they were stealing pallets of vegetables and selling them down at the Chinese market. And I was like, how do you get away with like stealing a whole pallet of whatever, apples or something? And they had,
Apples of
it was
fruit.
yeah. Well, I don't remember what they were stealing everything, any sort of vegetable, cabbages or something. And the whole ring was really intricate. They had box trucks. They would rent box trucks, and on the weekend they'd go in. They had people on the inside, and they'd load up, like 6 pallets of vegetables, and then take it down to the market and then sell.
Wow.
I didn't.
Yeah, you don't
I'm not
think
clever enough.
Yeah.
To run that kind of junk.
Me
Okay. Oh, here we go. This is back on the GTIN. I should have put this slide with the other ones here. But this is when I emailed them and I said, how do I fix these GTINs? This is what I got back. You need to submit a letter of authorization or licensing agreement that meets the following. Includes the name and address of the brand's right owner, content legible. That's okay, sure.
Must be legible.
Can't be handwritten or whatnot. Brown Girl says Indiana 4. Yep. Includes manufacturer name, contact, includes the seller legal business, must correspond to your account, include the seller's physical address, must be in English, include GS1 certificate, and what happens if you don't respond, then this happens. So this is the only way that you're going to get those GTIN issues fixed up. And honestly, this is too much work. I'm not doing any of this.
Yeah.
I don't have any listings
of any one ASIN to mess with that.
Yeah, that's like a lot of work.
My life. Yeah.
It's too much work for me. This next one, we're making changes to the automated. Oh, this is the one that you had. I pulled it too. 14 days. And that's all I had on that. Slides. Look at that. 9:02. We did good. We actually, we did everything within the hour that we try to do it in.
That's impressive.
Hey, I think we're doing good today. Today's going to be a good day. It's got to be a good day. I've had enough crazy days to warrant some good ones. I'm due for some good ones, I feel. Anyhow, does anybody have any questions? And tell me what you're doing for today. What's on your docket for today?
Are you asking the people what's on their docket, or are you asking Tina?
Tina.
Tina? Well, how much time do we have?
I've got to call and fight Amazon.
You're going to call and fight Amazon? I'm going to continue paperwork. I swear. I did not do my paperwork last week, y'all. And you guys know every week I do my paperwork. And so with 2 weeks worth of paperwork, it is taking me 2 days. Like, no joke. My paperwork entails, the house stuff, the business stuff, and my investments. And so it's 3 different categories. And then this week I had extra things with phone calls. I've paid bills to some doctors and they're still sending me bills. So I had to call them and say, hey, did you receive my payment? Because you're still sending me bills, and the phone calls really are a time suck. So,
yeah.
And yesterday I also had an errand. I had to go to a heart doctor. I've been having, heart pain, like my heart will beat a beat that hurts. And I don't know if it's anxiety, stress, panic attacks or a heart thing. I don't know. So I went to a heart doctor yesterday. I'm thinking it's just stress overload. But I don't want to take these things lightly. So, I've had doctor appointments in the way. I went to the dentist this week. It's just been a busy week. But I got a lot of shipments out. Despite all of that, we really shipped out a lot of stuff this week. So I feel like I'm getting in a really good caught up place, which means I'll be more active in Facebook again in our groups. I try my best right now more in the Q4 groups than I have been in our main group for those that are not in the Q4 groups. So I apologize. I get busy sometimes, like all of you do too.
Let me make some PSAs for that. One, we will have at least one opening for next month for the VA group. So that will be, if you're interested in that, you can DM me, or we will continue to announce things on these Friday shows. I will be going live in the VA group doing some sourcing today, probably after this show, just to kind of show you how I use the VA list, etc., and do some sourcing live with y'all. And I don't know if that was it. Was there anything else?
Yeah, that we had one opening. So if anyone wants that one opening, jump on it while it's there. Because the more and more deep into Q4 we get, it's going to probably be impossible to get it in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we had any more left in the BOLO sharing group only, if there was any room in either.
Yes, we do have room in the BOLO sharing group. And those ones,
$25. I mean, honest to God, you may not love all the BOLOs in there, but it's like if you found one good BOLO a month, which you're going to find more than that more than pays the $25, but you have to be willing to share 5 BOLOs a month or a week.
A week.
But
and I did live sourcing the other day in there and did Target. I went through the Target finds and I ordered the Target stuff, and my Target stuff came in yesterday, and then we're wrapping it up and working through just how to do it. And it's 2 out of the 3 things. One was seasonal, and the other 2 I'm hoping are going to be replens. That's my hope, is to come away at the end of this season and have some replens to replace some of my replens that are getting stuck in the GTIN and all the other junk going on, so that I can have some good replens for February, March, April, when it's not as amazing on the sales front. Okay, I don't have anything else to add. I do have paperwork as well. These are my receipts right there that I got to scan in and just update. And then end of the month. It's end of the month.
It's rewards too.
Huh?
And don't forget to scan your receipts on Fetch Rewards.
Yeah, that's what they're out. I scan them and then I stick them in my little envelope. And then today is the 30th. We only have 30 days, right? 30 days in September. Yeah. So I got to do inventory, but I got to wait until my lady finishes packing today so that I don't count what she's packing. Yeah. So we're trying to line that up. And Monday I have my new packer starting. So I'm excited.
Very excited. I do want to say one thing that I was going to say earlier on. It's not Amazon related. It's eBay related. I don't know if this is happening to anyone else that sells on eBay, but eBay's really working my nerve. So from time to time, and this happens at least twice a month, eBay lets somebody buy something that I already sold. Like this is an item, like it would be the one-off item. I only had one in stock. It sold. And somehow it's listed again and somebody bought it again. How? How is this happening? So now I have to deal with another cancellation in eBay because it's selling things that, yep, it's okay. It's not me calling.
I know. It's my friend Heather.
Yeah. So that's really working my nerves. So I'm going to have to call eBay today and find out what is happening.
Yeah, call them because they can notate your account and notate that and make sure that you don't get any health dings for it. I had it happen a couple years ago, and that's what they did. I don't know if I hope this process is the same. Ellie says, where do we find that score? It's on your account health, and it's under performance and then account health, but it's not rolled out to everybody. They are rolling it out. You say Eli?
Yeah, I think it's Eli.
Oh yeah, Ellie would be 2 L's, right?
And a
Sorry,
IE.
Eli. But yeah, some people have it has not rolled out yet to you. So, like anything with Amazon, it's just a freaking drawn out
Yeah,
process.
Eli, just make sure it's in the green. Don't worry so much about that number. We got
Yeah,
more things to worry about than that.
exactly. Exactly. We got bigger fish to fry. Okay, well, I'm going to log off here. And then if you are in the VA group, I'm going to freshen up, get some coffee, and be back. And then I'm just going to go live there and go through the VA leads and do some sourcing there. So I will see y'all in a bit. Okay,
Bye.
that's
Have a good
it.
day, everybody.
Have a good day. Bye.